Close to me is not where they're supposed to be. They got a hold on me, and I just wanna ride away. Help me clear these thoughts trapped in my mind today. Ain't no help required, I'm gon' find a way.
Yeah. Hey. Yeah. What up, whoa? I appreciate y'all for tuning in to another episode of the Good Friend Podcast. I'm your host, Sensei Chop. If y'all are on the gram, y'all can follow me on that bitch at Sensei Chop. That's SENSEICHOP. And if this is your first time tuning in, what the Good Friend Podcast is about, I want to be y'all good friend. I want to be that friend you need. May not be the one you want, but I want to be the one you need. The one that tells you things that you need to hear sometimes, in life. It help you get past certain things that you would be going through. You'll be looking at situations, relationships, friendships, whatever, from a fucked up, damaging standpoint, and I help you get like a different perspective of things and have an understanding of it. And just because you understand something doesn't mean that you necessarily agree with it, but it gives you a chance to be able to look at something from a different point of view and to not tie too many emotions into that shit. And that causes stress. Stress kills. I don't want nobody to die. This whole podcast is like therapy for me. My boy G and Blanc, both of them, rest in peace G, shout out Blanc. They both used to say that when recording a Drug Dealer's Dream podcast. And I used to get therapy as well. I wasn't a host on the podcast, but I was the producer. I'm there every episode because I'm a fucking producer. I'm there every episode, and I've always walked away with, some type of feeling of like, damn, that was good. I needed that for the day. And I really started looking forward to doing the episodes. But now that I do my own podcast, I really deeply feel what they were saying and what they meant by it. And I've had a very, very, very big, serious revelation about myself. So before I speak on the revelation, I want to talk about the situation that happened that led up to this revelation. So me and one of my female friends, we were having conversations, and we just cool like that to the point where we can just talk about all kind of shit, especially sex related shit. And we talk about past shit that has happened on some sexual shit, all different type of stories, things that we might not have told anybody else, or things that we might have told limited people, right? So she telling me her stories, and we basically like trying to outdo each other on the story. Was like, yeah, I had sex at school. Like, nigga, that ain't nothing. I had sex in the motherfucking church bathroom. Here you talking about? Oh, I had sex. We just going back and forth, doing all kind of just telling stories, but we being truthful and shit. So I was like, well, shit, I got one that'll one up you. She like, I doubt it, because I got some stories, my boy. So I'm like, shit. When I was 5, it was this older chick who gave me some head. So my first time getting my dick sucked, I was 5, right? And I'm laughing. I'm just laughing like a motherfucker, because I'm like, shit. Nigga started early. Here you talking about. So she wasn't smiling. Like, she smiled and laughed at every other story. Might even been on some stories, but right here, shit got serious. And then she looked at me, and her eyes watered up. I'm like, the fuck going on? Why her eyes watering up? She was like, baby, that's not good. You been molested. I'm like, bitch, fuck you talking about. Nah, I ain't calling no bitch, but I'm like, fuck you talking about. I ain't motherfucking get molested. She said, nah, you been molested. I'm like, man, my partners used to talk about shit like this all the time. I ain't the only one. Like, this shit normal. You tripping. She like, Chop, you've been molested. She said it like 3-4 more times, to the point I started to get angry. Like, I don't want to, like, you pissing me off. I'm about to call you a bitch for real. You pissing me off at this point, because now you're trying me. I ain't being molested. So I had to actually sit back and think about it on my own. And I'm like, damn, the very definition of molestation is what happened to me. But it fucked me up because when I'm thinking about molestation, I'm thinking about like some traumatic ass fucking brutal rape type shit. I'm not thinking about it like what happened to me. But when I really like went back and actually replayed the shit, I was like, hold on, wait a minute, this shit happened when I was 5. I don't even remember that much shit when I was 5, but I remember this. I remember this in deep detail. I remember it um I even remember what I had on. I remember how I felt. I remember everything. So before I go over the events of what happened, I want to come back into like present time and everything, right? Um, I'm not bragging when I say this, but I've had sex with a lot of women, a lot of fucking women, right? Um, I remember last year I had a revelation with myself, like, wow, I don't wasted a lot of time having sex because majority of the women that I had sex with, I don't even fucking remember. And I'm not saying that on no bragging type shit. That's really like sad. Like I've wasted so much time that I don't even remember. Like that's some for real shit. Like damn, I don't even fucking remember this shit. This shit wasn't even worthy of my time for this to be a fucking memory. I don't ran into people like, hey, you remember me? We whoop de whoop. Like damn. Now that you mention it, I kind of remember you, but not for real. And that shit kind of that shit really like affect me and everything. So I done been called all kind of shit from chicks that I've dealt with. You a dog ass nigga, nothing ass nigga, cheating ass nigga. And this would be females that I really, really genuinely care about and I really do have feelings for. And I really love. And I'm like, no, I really do love you. I just be fucking. Like, I feel like this is something that I have to do. It's not like I care about you any less cause I do it. I feel like this is something that I have to do. Nigga, that's an excuse. Niggas ain't shit. Niggas is dogs. Da 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 and all this shit. So when I had this realization of myself about all the time that I wasted with these chicks, that played in my mind from when I was 5. So what happened when I was 5, I was home. My brother, he's 8 years older than me. I'm just throwing that out there because this plays into the story. So when I was 5, he was supposed to be on watching me, but it was 2 chicks over at the house for him. And he was in the bathroom with one of them doing whatever the fuck he was doing with them. And the other one was in the living room with me. She was watching me and shit. And I remember I was like playing imaginary Ghostbusters. I had on red shorts and a blue shirt. And I had like this plastic bowling ball pin. And the Ghostbusters had a gun. So I was acting like it was the gun that they was zapping the ghost with or however the fuck that shit went. So she was like, I'm about to play Ghostbusters with you, which I feel like it was cool. Like, this chick, she about to play with me. Like, I got somebody to play with. Yeah, she a little older, but yeah, whatever, right? So I was like, oh, we're on the elevator and we done ran out of bullets out the gun. She was like, oh no, what are we gonna do? I said, I don't know. I think we about to die. So then she said, well, since we're about to die, let's do something that we never did before. I'm like, what can we do? Like, I don't have no idea what she's talking about. I'm fucking 5, right? I'm like, so what can we do? So what she did was she got down and she pulled down my pants and she started giving me head. And I remember I'm almost about to cry. I remember that shit. Like I was about to cry. And I was like, please stop, or whatever. And she did it a little bit longer, but she finally stopped. And I just want to forget that had happened. I remember this, you know what I'm saying? Like I clearly remember that shit. I just wanted to forget that this shit happened. So me and my brother, we shared rooms, and I remember that um, we had a bunk bed. So I'm trying to go to sleep. I didn't say anything about none of this shit. So then my brother was like, "Hey, I seen what happened." So I kind of jumped up and I'm about to cry because I'm thinking I'm about to get in trouble. I'm like, "Please don't tell mom. Please don't tell mom. Please, please, please." So he had said to me, and I would never forget this. He said, "Nigga, why would I tell mama? Nigga, you a man now. Congratulations, you are a man." So I calmed down as soon as he said that. I'm like, oh, damn. Okay, that's how you become a man. That's what makes you a man. That's what defines you as a man. Sex. So when I was 6, I used to hunch like a motherfucker. I hunched every chance I could get. I remember it was this one chick named Jennifer who I was hunching when I was like 6 and 7. And I was stressed out one day walking in the neighborhood. My homeboy was like, "What's wrong with you?" I'm like, man, me and Jennifer just had sex unprotected. We didn't have sex, we were hunching, but we just hunched naked, right? He like, "Unprotected, that's how babies come." I'm like, I know, I might be a dad. I'm only 7. The fuck am I supposed to do? I didn't know no better. I didn't know anything about, you know, none of that shit. I'm 7. I didn't have a clear understanding of how things work. So to bring it back to present time, come forward to present time, every time I'm called a dog, and I'm not making an excuse for anything that I did or any feelings that I've hurt, but I don't remember these females because all the sex that I had was just, it was meaningless. I was having sex because in my mind that made me a man, because that's what I was told when that shit happened to me when I was 5. I was told this shit makes you a man, and it made me reevaluate a lot of things in my life. Like I had to really just sit down and just work through shit because I not even just sex. I don't want to waste my time because time is valuable. I don't want to waste my time doing shit that means nothing to me. But I'm constantly doing this shit because I was told this made me a man. And I believed it for so long because I remember at times I started having like actual sex, for real sex, when I was 12. I remember times before I started actually having sex, me and my homeboys, we sitting around talking, all them talking about they done had sex. And I believe they had sex because why would y'all not be having sex? I got head when I was 5. My brother told me that made me a man. Y'all probably became a man before I did. So I'm behind the curve. So I started having sex at 12. Years later, when folks like 17, 16, 17, and me and some of these same people having these conversations, come to find out a lot of these dudes just lied because I have a pretty good memory on most shit. I'm like, damn. I remember this dude told me back then that he was fucking then, but now that we having this conversation again, he talking about he ain't started fucking till 14. So I really started having sex before a lot of y'all niggas because I thought I was behind because of what I was made to believe. And it just kind of like bring you to really understanding people, male and female. Like I'm just gonna say something about women. We quick to call someone like a hoe and all this shit because she don't fucked a lot of dudes, right? Okay, she might have fucked a lot of dudes, but why? You know what I'm saying? It might be a reason, a fucking a deep reason, a dark reason why she's like that, and that's what makes sense to her. It might be a dark reason or a deep reason for a man why he's like that. I'm not trying to make no excuses for anybody, but how long does a victim have time to be acknowledged as being a victim before they looked at as a predator or a fucked up ass person and shit? Like I'm fucked up because of me going about my sex life because of what I was led to believe, you know. And I'm not blaming any female for how they feel about shit that I've done. And like I said, I'm not making any excuses, but shit, I'm fucked up. Like I'm not boo-hoo crying about the shit. I'm not. When I say I'm fucked up, I don't mean like I'm sad about the shit because I'm just not gonna magically start being sad about some shit that I haven't been sad about all this time. But it was a fucked up ass situation that messed me up mentally, that had me doing things that I felt like I needed to do, and I waste so much time that I can't even get back. I done broke hearts. I done ruined relationships because of what I was led to believe. And even as right now, I'm still working through that shit. It's still like, even though I got that realization, it just didn't change overnight. I'm still working through that. I'm still like trying not to put sex somewhere because of what I believe it says about me as a person. You feel me? Um, so I wanted to share that with y'all because I don't know, maybe I got somebody in y'all life that y'all probably just really need to have a talk with. That instead of you arguing with the person, demeaning the person and calling them names and shit, just sit down and talk to them like, what's up? Like, let's talk. Is it a reason you like this? Because I really like you and I really fuck with you. And I really feel like you like me and fuck with me as well. And I don't want to lose you over no dumb shit. So let's just have a real honest heart to heart because maybe some shit about you that I don't know. And maybe I need to know. So whenever you're ready to talk, I'm here. And I'm also saying that to y'all because I'm about to go ahead and close this podcast. And if y'all want to talk, if y'all want to continue this conversation, and if y'all have anything to add, hey, y'all know to hit me on the gram or on Twitter at Sensei Chop. That's SENSEICHOP. This has been another episode of the Good Friend Podcast. I appreciate y'all for tuning in. And y'all already know I might not be the friend you want, but I'm the friend you need, and I'm damn sure gonna tell you what the fuck you need to hear. Always. I fuck with y'all. Appreciate you for fucking with me. Be safe. I'm out.
Sometimes it seems like everyone close to me is not where they're supposed to be. They got a hold on me, and I just wanna ride away. Help me clear these thoughts trapped in my mind today.